Greetings once again from Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you once more for taking the time to watch my videos, and hopefully you will find books to buy, because this week there are two classic fiction works that are very highly recommended. The very first one is One Step Too Far by Lisa Gardner. This is published by Dutton and it retails for $36. Lisa Gardner is known for her suspenseful novels, and she's written quite a few of them. I think about 30 or so at last count. It could be high, that could be low, but anyways, the bottom line is she is a classic writer, and every book she puts out is definitely highly recommended and should be read, and this is one of her best. One Step Too Far is a real thriller because it actually involves 5 men who went on a weekend last bachelor bash getaway into the woods. And one of the members, Timothy O'Day, who was going to get married, he suddenly vanished in the middle of the night and he was never found again. It was a case of where did he go? He obviously didn't leave willingly. So his father, Martin, wants some closure 5 years later. So entering the picture is Frankie Elkin. She is the star of the book. She is a finder of missing persons, and she is very good at her job. So they've chosen her because she is one of the best. But the problem is she is not too knowledgeable about camping. But she agrees to go away to that spot where Timothy O'Day disappeared 5 years later with Father Martin and the other people who were part of that weekend getaway. They also take with them a man by the name of Bob, who is a Bigfoot expert. I don't know if they expect to find Bigfoot or Smallfoot or any foot, but anyways, he goes. And there's also a woman by the name of Luciana, who is the handler for Daisy, a dog who is a cadaver dog. He's good for smelling out corpses. So hopefully they're not going to find them, but they don't know what they're going to find. So they get to the woods, and Frankie Elkin is like the proverbial fish out of water because she does not know a lot about camping. It's very awkward for her, but since she's part of this team and she agrees to do her best to find possibly the body of Timothy O'Day, she goes along. But not too long into their trek, someone suddenly takes a shot at them, and it's obvious that perhaps someone does not want to find the truth discovered. Also, one of the members of that team, Scott, he finds scratches on his body, and he swears he saw Timothy O'Day in the middle of the night. So the question is this going to turn into like a ghost story, or what's going on? But soon a cave is discovered with 8 bodies in various stages of decomposition. So it's obvious that someone has been killing people in the woods. The question is, who is it and why are they doing it? So the book gets really, really suspenseful. Frankie Elkin is a most fascinating character. Hopefully, Lisa Gardner, this is not a one and done book, that she will be back because she has great potential. And it would make a great series where she was always finding lost people who disappeared either recently or years ago. So it makes for a really suspenseful book as the people who are hunting for Timothy O'Day become the hunted. The question is, who will survive? So right to the last page, it's just one thrill after another. So One Step Too Far is definitely a book that you should make steps to your local bookstore and pick up immediately, because it's definitely a book that you're going to love from first page to last. The second book of note is The Recovery Agent by Janet Evanovich. This is published by Atria and it retails for $24.99. Those who are familiar with Janet Evanovich know she is the creator of the Stephanie Plum series. There are almost 30 books in that series, and anyone who has read a Stephanie Plum book does not forget a Stephanie Plum book, mainly for the banter, the classic throwaway lines, the suspense, and the humor. Janet Evanovich is also responsible for the Fox and O'Hare series, which is very similar, bantering between Fox and O'Hare. Now, this book has a new creation, Gabriella Rose, who is most fascinating. She is a finder of treasures, finder of heirlooms, and just a general discoverer of things that have gone missing. Now, she goes to Schoon, South Carolina. It has been hit by a devastating hurricane, and most of the town has been demolished. So she wants to help rebuild the town. Her grandmother lives there, so she wants to go embark on a sort of treasure hunt, hoping to find $1 million+ fortune that will help rebuild the city. Now, her grandmother had lived in a house that is now owned by Rafer, who is her ex-husband. That's Gabriella's ex-husband. So supposedly in the house there is a treasure map for a possible treasure that will lead to the Ring of Solomon, which is a sacred ring, and also the treasure of Lima. So they head to Peru. And following the map, Rafer, of course, goes with Gabriella, her ex-husband, and almost from the get-go, they have a lot of bantering in the classic Janet Evanovich style. There's a lot of throwaway lines, a lot of laugh-out-loud humor, but of course, the book is a suspenseful mystery. So let's not forget that. There's not just humor, there's great suspense. And there's a man by the name of El Dragon, who is a maniacal drug lord, and he's also looking for the fortune and the Ring of Solomon as well. Now, he bows down to a god that he says exists. His name is Supay, S-U-P-A-Y. It's not Soupy Pay, it's Supay. And he talks to Supay, which is, the god is not really there, but he thinks it is. And the god tells him to do everything. Tells him to kill, tells him to go for the treasure. So it makes for an interesting thing. And El Dragon does not care who he kills. He just has to get the treasure first. So this makes for a very interesting storyline, as all three of them are looking for the treasure, and there's murders, deaths along the way, of course. And Rafer and Gabriella, you think maybe they're going to get back together. It's a love-hate relationship. They had a bitter relationship, but now they're uniting to try to find this Ring of Solomon and the treasure of Lima, Peru. So anyways, The Recovery Agent is definitely on par with any Stephanie Plum book. And obviously, this new character of Gabriella Rose, this is not a one and done. She will return, and if she's as much fun as she is in this first book, it's going to be as great a series as the Stephanie Plum series. So once again, Janet Evanovich scores big with another classic novel. So those are the two books I wanted to draw to your attention. One Step Too Far and The Recovery Agent. So when you're out for making your book purchases, look up these two. So as always, I thank you for your time. Please do send me your comments, positive, negative. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And as always, we will return. I will return. And until then, stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and do stay in touch. See you again real soon. Bye for now.